Rains overnight have left the city of joy absolutely paralyzed. In fact, 7 people, as per the news coming in, have lost their lives after electrocution and other, in fact, rain-related issues in the city. These are some of the top visuals as far as Kolkata is concerned, the 6 defining images that gives you a sense of how the city has completely been paralyzed after these overnight torrential rains. Schools, colleges have been shut till 25th of September, and people have been asked not to venture out if it is not absolutely necessary. This is the time when people actually are out on the streets. There's festive mood in Kolkata. Let me just talk to you about these images one by one. These are the Pujo Pandals, and they are absolutely, submerged. Many of them also destroyed. Like you see, these visuals are from the railway station in Kolkata. The water on the tracks there as well. Remember, the airport has also been severely affected today after these torrential rains. Let's also switch to the other images that are coming in from Kolkata. This is the airport. As I was telling you, many flights were diverted, and there were delays of about 42 flights. 30 flights were cancelled and diverted as well. This is the Kolkata airport where you can see a lot of water on the runway as well. Then, of course, the other big image that gives you a sense of what's happening in Kolkata are these lanes and bylanes of the old city, the very quintessential Kolkata. Look at the amount of water which has stagnated. People, wading through knee-deep waters with their vehicles there. That has, in fact, impacted the people in the city of joy. Remember, this is the time where, all through the year, people look forward to the beautiful, celebrations in Kolkata around the Pujo. And this is, at this moment, the rains are playing a spoiled sport with people, in fact, struggling there with the stagnant water in Kolkata. Let me very quickly go across to my colleague Shreyasi Day, who's joining us with more details on this. She has been since morning reporting from various sites which are waterlogged in the city. Shreyasi, I can still see a lot of water behind where you are standing. Just give our viewers a sense of how the city is coping up with it and what is the next 24 hours going to be like.
Well, on the onset, I don't think anyone in Kolkata has ever seen this kind of waterlogging and rainfall. What we have experienced overnight has been around 255 millimeter of rainfall over 6 hours. Clearly, the state government was not prepared. They said that there have been a lot of water coming in from the Hooghly River because of high tide, and all the dams around the state, including the Damodar Valley Corporation up north, which has been releasing lots of water, which has now come into parts of West Bengal. We are in Baliganj, an upscale locality here in the city, and today there is no discrimination between upscale or densely populated areas or the fringe areas of the city. Every place has been inundated. A regular commute of 30 minutes is taking over 3 hours. To reach office today, I had to walk, hitchhike, and then we reached our destination, and that's the same picture for almost everyone. Expensive vehicles have broken down midway. The entire disaster management on war footing here in the city. But what is really, really heartbreaking is that we are just days away from Durga Puja. From Saturday, the official puja begins, and inaugurations had already started taking place. It's really pitch dark on your screen, but this is Tridhara Puja Pandal, which is one of the most visited puja pandals in the city, but it has completely plunged into darkness. Months of work by the artisans have been washed away in the rain. There's waterlogging inside the pandal, and this is just one example. But this is the picture that is being, coming out from every part of the city. There's waterlogging inside hospitals, inside offices, inside buildings. I have to say this particular area is lucky enough that the residents still have electricity. Many parts of the city still don't have electricity. what we have gathered so far, at least 9 persons have lost lives since morning. The Kolkata Municipal Corporation is still assessing the situation and the death toll because of the water logging. They still haven't been able to reach certain areas. The mayor himself was on ground today as well, trying to assess the situation and assist the disaster management personnel who are on ground. But of course, no one was prepared for this kind of a disaster that has unfolded here in the city. Of course, the blame game is happening on the sideline where the opposition is pointing fingers at the government. The government has pointed fingers at the Electricity Corporation, which is a private entity here in the city, providing electricity to all parts of
Okay.
the city. And over here, of course,
Right.
they're trying to fix the pandal as much as possible before Durga Puja. But of course, the picture coming out of Kolkata, Ankit, is still extremely grim.
This picture is still very grim. It's heartbreaking, as you said, with seeing all those images that you are showing us all around the city. Thank you so much for joining us and also from reporting since the morning on this very big story from Kolkata. I'm being now joined by Ms. Usha Uthup, noted singer, needs no introduction, as far as Kolkata is concerned. We also have Prabir Ghoshal, one of the senior journalists and an organizer of one of the oldest, in fact, pandals in the city. Garginandi Roy, a citizen and a political analyst, is also joining us. But Mr. Uthup, I want to come to you first. This is the time when the festive cheer is at its peak in Kolkata. People look forward for this time throughout the year. The rains are playing such a spoiler. I can see you are very emotional also seeing the way these pandals and the places have been impacted by this.
Yes, actually, I am so terribly sad at what has happened. I mean, all the work that everybody has put in has just gone to naught. And that I think is really, really sad. But, everybody's doing their bit. There's no point in talking about the blame game. Let me try and see if I can get a little bit more light on my face. Maybe I can use my other phone. Yeah, that may be a little better. So, there's no point talking about blame game in this, because the citizens are really, really suffering. But everybody's doing their bit. I mean, CSC has done a marvelous job. And though we don't have any power since the morning. I mean, 3:30, it started raining, and before that, actually. And it was already flooded by about 3:30 when I got up. And it was pitch darkness, and we don't have any power. So what we're really worried about is the water and everything else. And what about all the patients who, even in my own home, I mean, my son has to go through dialysis, but CESC is doing a marvelous job of trying to bring some bring some sense into the fact that they have to put off the current in many places and the power in many places,
Yes,
because there have been cases of people being electrocuted. So that is too much of a risk to take. And so we just have to put up with this. What else can we do? And just feel sad and pray and hope that all the citizens will unite, which they have.
Okay.
And I think that is most important. Instead of saying this one is blaming that one's blaming, what are we up to? I mean, why are we all the time so, everything has to be politics? Why? This is really
I want to keep it away from
basic
politics, ma'am. I totally want to keep it away from politics. And I just want to understand from you as a citizen of this beautiful city, this is the time when, as I said, throughout the year, people wait for the Pujo season to begin.
longing for the Pujos, yeah?
It's heartbreaking to see the way pandals have been, underwater, damaged.
Yeah. Think of the artisans. I mean, they've put in so much of sweat and blood into the whole thing. And some of the work that they had done, which we saw on Instagram and on the news and thing, just brilliant, brilliant, absolutely. Their heart must be so broken. But when you think of all that, then I think you realize that, everybody is going through it together, just like COVID, I mean, brought the whole nation and then the whole world together. Similarly, I think this, crises like this really make the citizen think. And I think it's very important for, for everybody to realize that it's bad for everybody. not just for me or for you or for the artisans or for. Look at the
Absolutely.
people wading through. There are cars that are totally submerged. It's like a samudra, it's like a big sea, like an ocean. And that is so sad because there's nothing we can do sitting here in the
Have you,
house.
have you, personally, as a citizen of this beautiful city, have you ever witnessed this kind of a rainfall in the city?
No, I haven't actually, but I was in Bombay when I was recording so many years ago when the big flood happened. And when I came back home to in Baliganj Place, when I came back home because they told me that everything was had gone awry with the rains like this and flooding. When I came back home, I saw all my old records and the collection of records and photographs of the family and our dog Dusky being taken away by the studio people because he just couldn't stay afloat anymore. It was really sad. I mean, I have witnessed that in Calcutta before, but this has been truly, truly, truly saddening because we're watching everything that's happening in on the news, and we couldn't see the news also because there
Yeah.
was no current, there was no power. So we had to look at the phone, and then that's also a worry because if your phone runs out of power,
Yeah.
oh, so many things together. But I think the
Absolutely.
best way ahead is just forget about the blame game. That really is upsetting.
But do you
It
see
really is.
people coming together around you, helping each
Yes.
other, the government pitching in? Do you see all that happening around
Of
you?
course, of course. You can see it everywhere. The government is doing their bit. The authorities, I mean, the municipal people are doing their bit. Everybody is affected by this. And CEC has truly done a marvelous job of putting off the power because otherwise there would be so much more, so many more people being affected by the electrocution problem,
Yes.
and that would be so much of a problem. Look at the Pandals. I mean, the Pandals are just, I mean, it's just so sad. What can I tell you? The
It is.
whole year through, people are watching. I mean, I'm not one of those who believes in spending so much of money in a pandal or, doing a murti. But when you think of the art and the culture
Yes.
that has gone through all, I mean, that is in these pandals, it's just, you can feel the pujas in the air. But
Absolutely.
unfortunately, we felt the pujos in the water this time.
But music has immense power, even at a time like this when people are down and out, they must be feeling sad. Can I please request you a couple of lines that lift the spirit of the people? It's a struggling time, but nobody can in fact lift the spirits of people of Kolkata than you singing a few lines.
Well, I'd love to say that first of all, a few lines which the Brahma Kumaris gave me, which just say that, don't think your problems are so great because there are other people around you who are suffering like you, but worse. So it says, ये मत कहो खुदा से मेरी मुश्किलें बड़ी हैं ये मुश्किलों से कह दो मेरा खुदा बड़ा है. And truthfully, I think we have to all get together, ekjut hoke, we have to face this and somehow get over this, yeah? And on a more positive note, I would definitely say, Kolkata amar ma ar kichu jani na Kolkata here jabe taki kore hoy যতই বিদেশে যায় এখানে ফিরতে চাই যে টানে আমায় টানো সে কি জাদু নয়. There's a jadoo about Kolkata. So we say, Kolkata, Kolkata, don't worry, Kolkata. Amra tomari Kolkata. That's right. Don't worry, Kolkata. We'll all get by.
This
And this
shall
too
pass
shall
too.
pass.
Absolutely.
This too will pass.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking the time out. I know there is no electricity. It's a lot of trouble for you and the people there. The entire country, in fact, sending their best wishes to Kolkata to come out of this as soon as possible, hoping there is no other spell of rain that dampens the spirits further. Thank you so much for joining us. Very quickly, let me also go across to my other guests who are with us. Praveer Ghoshal Saab, let me ask you this. As somebody who has been an organizer of one of the most coveted pandals in the city, how much damage has already happened? What has been the response from the government? just take our viewers through what's going on for somebody who possibly plans this throughout the year?
एक्चुअली मैं हिंदी में बोल सकता हूँ।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल।
अच्छा, ये एक्चुअली कलकत्ता का कोई बारवारी पैंडल नहीं है, ये हमारा घर है। ये पूजा का एज है 571, 571। यस, वन ऑफ द ओल्डेस्ट पूजा, दुर्गा पूजा इन वेस्ट बंगाल। तो आज जो हुआ है ये नेचुरल कैलेमिटी बोल सकते हैं कि 1986 में ऐसा बारिश हुआ था, लेकिन पूजा का पहले नहीं। जस्ट पूजा काल से देवी पक्ष कहता है वो शुरू हो गया। नवरात्रि में जो शुरू होता है हम लोग का पूजा काल से शुरू हो गया। आज से पूरा एकदम द्वितीया कहते हैं, सेकेंड डे ऑफ दुर्गा पूजा स्टार्ट हो गया। इस टाइम जितना बारिश हुए है, जितना बड़ा पैंडल है, रोड्स है, सब कोलैप्स हो गया 5 घंटे का बारिश में। और ये टाइप का बारिश 1986 में लास्ट हुआ है। तो आज जो हुआ है, लेकिन वो कलकत्ता कॉर्पोरेशन सीएससी काम कर रहा है, लेकिन हम फॉन्ड ऑफ मिसेस उषा होती, हम उनका गान का बहुत आधारी हूँ सिंगर का। लेकिन वो जो सीएससी का जो ये किया है, जो एकदम सीएससी अच्छा काम कर रहा है, अच्छा काम अभी कर रहा है। ये इंसिडेंट का बाद क्या 10 आदमी मार गया, वो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का बाद में 10 आदमी मार गया
जी।
10 का हिसाब आया है, बांट सकते हैं। लेकिन ये जो हुआ है, ये चीफ मिनिस्टर ममता बनर्जी कंडेम किया है सीएससी को। जो सीएससी का जो काम था पहले बारिश का पहले, वो जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का सब ये है लाइन है, वो ठीक नहीं था, इसलिए ये लोग का देहांत हो गया। तो ये सीएससी का फॉल्ट है, ये तो मानना चाहिए।
Okay, responsibility, absolutely. I mean, responsibility needs to be fixed. There is no doubt about that. But let me very quickly go across to Gargi Nandi Roy, who is also joining us. Gargi, yes. It's a difficult time for the city. A time that people look forward to, and it's the beginning of the pujo with this kind of an atmosphere, with rains, with 10 people losing, 9 people at least losing their lives. How is the city coping up with this?
Okay, thank you, Ankit. Thank you for inviting. Obviously, this is very heartbreaking to see the city of Joy drowning and 8 or 10 people have lost their lives. But let me also tell you, yes, it's a terrible natural disaster, but it is also a catastrophe made by TMC. See, you cannot forget that the Alipur Met Department had given a warning, issued a warning 1 month back of the incessant rain that is supposed to happen during the pujas. What has been done in response? What are the plans? What have been the preparations? Nothing. There has been no upgrading of the drainage system. And see, you have to understand, I'm not getting political, but as a citizen, as a daughter of Bengal, I'm heartbroken. My heart is bleeding to see what is happening to my favorite city. So you have to accept that this model of development of Kolkata, to making of Kolkata to London, it has become a model of cut money and corruption.
Okay.
Let me tell you what has happened under Firoz Hakim. 1 minute, give me. See, in Kolkata, there are a lot of ponds. They are natural reservoirs.
Yes.
That saves the city in this kind of time. What have been done over the period of time?
Oh, you're absolutely right. I hope that this is a wake-up call. Wake-up call for the government, for the municipal corporation. People has the right to demand these answers. What were the preparations? All that should be looked into. But at this moment, ma'am, I'm completely out of time. I'm so sorry. I am completely out of time on this. I will have to...
Ankit, please, because I think I'm talking on fact.
All right. Thank you so much for joining me at this moment. I'm really sorry that we had to, cut that discussion short because we are over the, time on this story. But let me very quickly shift our focus